Hi there everyone, my name is Memo. Welcome to my channel Houseplanty Goodness, where we talk about houseplants, essentially my big passion. And this is something that I've created in order for me to give some my experiences, share some of my experiences, maybe some tips and some tricks that I've learnt along the way, and build a community of other like-minded houseplant geeks and enthusiasts. So let's dive into it. What you might be able to see in front of me, normally I would have a plant in front of me, two a day. However, I have a grow light, specifically an LED grow light. And this was a request that I had from one of my followers who wanted to know a bit more about grow lights more specifically. What I will do about grow lights is I'll release a few videos on the different types of grow lights that I own, that I use in my collection, because I feel a lot more comfortable being able to tell you, yes, this grow light does this, it does well, it worked in my condition. Again, I will always caveat most of these things as it does well in my collection. So yeah, let's dive into it a bit more, shall we? So with this grow light, and I will put the name of it down below, I got this from Amazon. I can share the link if anybody wants it. Do drop me a comment down below and I will share the Amazon link that I used to get this light. And I think price wise in the UK, which is where I'm based, this was between 20 and 40 pounds. I can't remember off the top of my head now, but it was somewhere around that vicinity. It wasn't one of the cheapest grow lights you could get, but it also wasn't one of the most expensive grow lights that you can get. But it does have some really cool features, and a bit of a spoiler alert, this is possibly one of the best grow lights that I've used in my collection so far. So one of the cool features of this grow light is, barring the fact that you can have it if you use an adapter. I've used an adapter because the house that I live in at the moment has got bayonet fittings in the light. So you can do a bayonet fitting if you've got an adapter, or it comes standard with a screw fitting, essentially. So you can put it in any light fixing within your house, or even within a lamp. Just be aware with a lamp, obviously, if it's got anything like a lampshade, this is quite a wide light. So the other thing about this is that it is full spectrum, so it has white light, not the horrible pinkish purpley light. However, you can also use the purple pinkish light with this. The way that you would do that is when you've got this plugged in. If you switch it on, the first time it switches on, it comes up in a full spectrum white light. And if you quickly switch it off and on again, it will then trigger it to go into the purple light mode. And again, if you switch it on and off quickly, it will go back to the full spectrum, so it cycles through. Decide which one you want. Most people, I think, would probably want the full spectrum, purely because it's much easier on the eyes, especially if you're going to have this light anywhere that you're kind of going to be around a bit more. So if there's anywhere in your living room, and it can be quite an industrial looking thing, so depends on where you want to have it. I have this in my plant room, so I don't mind it too much. The other thing that you might be able to notice about its weird shape is that it also brackets. So you can move these, both of these, in a way that, for instance, if you've got a plant shelf in front of it, you can make sure that it's getting the maximum amount of light from all directions. Or if you've got the best position, as with most LED grow lights, is to have it above the plants, because the plants will grow up towards the light. But if you don't have that capability and you've got a shelf, a plant shelf in front of it, this also does have essentially a clicking mechanism that you can actually tilt the light in the direction that you want, which is super useful. And I've used this extensively. Essentially, this is now sitting in front of one of my plant shelves, and it is right in front of succulents. They love this. It's bright enough for the succulent. It's not burning anything. Same with my Hoyas. They love this. They grow super well with this. Behind it, I've got philodendrons. Underneath on the plant shelf, which gets a bit less light, I've got things like calathea, maranta, dracaenas, and also I have sansevierias, so which have since been reclassified as dracaenas, and I'm trying to get that in my head, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm still calling them sansevierias. So really strong light. At the moment, as I said, I've got it towards a plant shelf, but in the previous house that I was living, I had a much smaller plant room, and it only had one light at the very top. I put this at the very top. It shone down all the lights. I just made sure that the stuff that was closer to it were things that needed brighter light, and kind of made sure that my shelves were placed in a way that the plants were in position so they could get the level that they required in order to not just survive, but thrive. Really good, really strong. not particularly expensive. If you see some of the really, really expensive ones that look like rectangular trays, those can become really, really pricey. This is still more on the affordable range, I think, and really powerful, really, really good grow light. I've had great experiences with this on the full spectrum. As I said, I don't usually keep this and the purple light just really because I can't abide the color. It gets a bit irritating after a while. But yeah, as I said, if you're interested to know which one this is, drop me a comment down below and I'll share it within the comments. And let me know how you're finding. Have you just started on your grow light journey? Is it something that you're even thinking about in terms of supplemental lighting, especially now during the winter months, at least in the northern hemisphere where there's less light? Let's have that conversation down below. Also, as a new YouTube content creator, I do appreciate if you do like this type of content. Please do, if you like this video specifically, do drop a like down below. It will give me an indication that you like these types of videos and I should be creating more similar type of content. And if you do want to know a bit more about the plants that I have in my collection, what I do, some tips and tricks, do hit the subscribe down below as well. I try to post every week about 2 or 3 times. So yeah, and if you've got any questions about this whatsoever, drop it in the comments down below. Let's have that conversation. In the meantime, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I shall see you here soon. Thanks. Bye.